Today in the Rockies franchise, we welcome back Rafael Devers to the active roster. I've been waiting for this episode. We had Rafael Devers on an MVP trajectory early in the season, hitting 16 home runs in only 34 games. He was the best player in baseball and then suffered an injury against the Mets that's kept him out for more games than he's even played. Even then, he's still tied for 13th right now in the National League in home runs and is only one behind Trea Turner and David Geronimo to lead us. That's how good his start was. And maybe now the record-breaking numbers aren't as possible, but our offense is getting a major boost today. But while he was hurt, we also found that Josh Bell should be starting, and now I think we're going to have the best version of this offense we've had in this series. Before Devers got hurt, we were 23-12. Although we started the slump about a week before his injury, our record without him was 24-22. We're a few games back right now of the Dodgers at 47-34. Trying to fight for first place and see if we can win a division title. Rafael Devers gives us a much better chance to do that. Let's continue this series against the Cubs. We won the first game, including a nice game last episode. Adbert Alzolay is the pitcher, opening against Brandon Nimmo, full count, and that is low. I have changed around the batting order with Trea Turner hitting for a lower average and Brian Reynolds having a very nice season. He's in the 2 spot, and that is tapped to the right side. They got Reynolds. Nimmo moves to second, and here is Rafael Devers. He is back, everybody. A .339 average, 16 homers, 37 RBIs. It's his first game since 47 games ago. That's a strike on the outside. 2 away, Nimmo at second. That one misses. Devers 2-1. Alzolay pitching very carefully here. It's a 3-1 count. And that misses inside. Devers reaches in his first appearance back. Since he left, we've seen Bell take off, but also the emergence of Johnny Schaefer batting 5th today, as that's grounded to the right side, and Alzolay ends the first. Josh Bell gets the off day in this game, so this wasn't the regular starting lineup I want going forward. But Jake DeGrom takes the mound, his 17th start of the season, and Raimel Tapia leads off for the Cubs. 2.91 ERA, 104 strikeouts. And falling behind Tapia, who's having a really good season. DeGrom misses high, and Tapia draws the walk. We've talked about the walks pretty much every time DeGrom has made a start this season. And early in this game, struggled to just locate his pitches. Slider does get in there to even the count. And Taylor looks at strike 3 at 100 miles per hour. 105 strikeouts now for Jake DeGrom. Nice curveball getting in front of Chris Bryant. And striking him out, high heat at 101. Hitting fourth for Chicago, Hunter Renfrow. The slider and curveball really got this inning on track, and he ends it with a strikeout. DeGrom strikes out the side after some control issues early. We go top 2, Ty France hitting 6th and trying to go the other way. And Tapia takes it away with a diving grab in right. Very nice play. Trea Turner's only hitting .235 and he gets under 1. A towering fly to deep left field. But that's going to stay in the yard. Until he raises that batting average, though, he's going to hit down in the 7 range. Ryan Valade, starting at first base, ends up drawing the walk. So the inning is extended for Jake DeGrom. Alzolay, 3-2, ends up walking him. We get 2 aboard for Brandon Nimmo, who's driven in 34 already. And that ball is through the right side, a base hit. but not testing. Wouldn't have worked out for us. Bases loaded now for Bryant Reynolds. And that's on the ground, and it is out at second. Again, the Rockies leave runners on base. Let's go to the bottom of the second inning. It's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. And a ground ball to third. Devers returns, but not at first base. He will be back at third now. Josh Bell becomes the everyday first baseman. There's DeGrom missing inside. This is a full count. And it's Nico Horner. And he gets the breaking ball left upstairs, and that ball is crushed to left for a solo homer. I can't say that I've seen DeGrom miss with his curve up there too often. That was a little strange. The Rockies trail, and here is Rafael Devers now for his second appearance. Got a changeup, and that is pulled to the right side. Count 2-2. And he gets the breaking ball, crushed to right. He's back, everybody. Devers goes long. He has tied David Geronimo and Trey Turner for the lead in home runs on the Rockies despite missing 46 games. Number 17 for Rafael Devers. I was really wondering, how would he return after such a hot start and then not playing for a long time? Would he be able to pick up where he left off? At least to start, that looks to be the case. 453 feet. Here in the third inning, this is Alex Verdugo absolutely clobbering one to right. They pinch hit here in the third with nobody out for Alzolay. He needed 75 pitches to complete the first 3 innings, and they opted to pinch hit for him this early, meaning their bullpen will have to go the rest of the day. 2-1 Cubs now after their second solo homer. 2-2. Chasing away after the slider. DeGrom gets strike 3. Alec Mills comes out of the bullpen here for the Cubs. You want your multi-inning reliever in a game like this. And that's an ugly swing by Valade. I totally missed this until now. I had to re-edit this part. He got hurt right there, and they had to bring in Justin Steele, so they're already on their third pitcher. Let's go to Jake DeGrom's at-bat next. And he lines one the other way for a base hit. One of the best swings I think we've had from a Rockies pitcher in this series. I don't think we've had a pitcher home run at all. Lefty now. Nimmo to the right side. Good pick. And then trouble there on the exchange. And trouble with the video clip there. 2 down for Reynolds. He lifts this shallow into right. And that's a fair ball. With Nimmo hustling his way to third base. Runners at the corners for David Geronimo. 0 for 2 on the day. That time he's out in front of the changeup. And a really good changeup there by Steele. 1-2. Got him to chase low after the curveball, and the Cubs end the inning. Rockies leaving so many runners on base. We move ahead to the bottom of the fourth. It's Gurriel up the middle here on a line drive and right to Reynolds. DeGrom gets through the fourth quickly. Top 5, Steele in his second inning. Schaefer's jammed into shallow right for another lucky hit. He's hitting almost 400 this year against lefties. France, past third base, that's a hit. 2 straight here for Colorado. That's going to bring up Ryan Valade, who's only hit .218 this year. He does have 3 home runs. Big spot here with the Rockies trailing by 1 in the 5th. 2-1. And that's a line drive into left and caught. Good swing, but 2 more left on base for the Rockies. DeGrom still pitching pretty well outside of a few misses. And he does walk Horner. One on here for Tony Wolters, the former Rockies catcher. And again, having some issues here with the strike zone. DeGrom, facing the bottom of the order, walks the first two in the fifth. So the Cubs have already used two relievers, but now they have two on, so they're also going to pinch hit for Justin Steele. Christian Walker is out, nobody out. And that's a ground ball to first. Valade to second, double play. There's two. Runner at third now for Tapia. And he's behind that one. DeGrom, 2 strikes. Got him with the changeup, and the Cubs only lead this game by 1. We do bring in Scott Oberg for the 6th inning, however. DeGrom, I didn't think was sharp enough to really consider leaving in third trip through the order. Oberg gets a nice ground out. Here's Chris Bryant next. And that is in the air. Long run for Nimmo. And he's not going to get there. He looked really slow on that run after it. And Bryant's going to get the triple. We must have been shifted over because I have not seen many plays like that. Chance now for Hunter Renfrow. Going through this game, I kept thinking about the Raiders' Hunter Renfrow. I was getting super confused. That's popped up shallow right. And put that one away. Oberg trying to leave Bryant at third. It's Gurriel. Grounded to second. Really nice job keeping these runs from scoring. It's still a 2-1 ball game as we head into the 7th. Rowan Wick is the pitcher. Geronimo takes the curveball in the dirt this time. 2-1. That's turned on and hammered to left field. Tie game. Taking sole possession of first place in Rockies home runs this year is David Geronimo with number 18. And that one ties the game. Let me know down below, who do you think leads the Rockies in home runs at the end of the year, and how many will they hit? I think Devers still has the best chance. And I even think that 45, 50 home runs is within question. Wick misses low. Devers, 2 walks, and then the reason why you walk him in the first place, a home run. Schaefer taps one softly. Wolters getting there in time at first. Devers to second. Here's France. Way upstairs, and Wick falls behind 3-0 and walks tie France. Chicago makes another pitching change, and this is Nick Birdie. Now, he already pitched the previous 2 days. Go back to last episode, Johnny Schaefer took this one to left center. We ended up getting, over those 2 games, 7 runs off of Birdie. And he didn't record a single out. And they're having him pitch to us again. 2-on Trey Turner. Tapped, and he's going to make the play. Out at second, double play. Good comeback there for Nick Birdie. Andrew Heaney out of the bullpen now for the Rockies, and he has settled into this role and done a really nice job. 3-2 here to David Bodie. And that is just inside. He's around the plate, but another walk in a game that featured plenty of them. Nico Horner fouling off the changeup. 2-2 here. Got him with the curveball. I like Heaney's curveball a lot when he can just keep it down like that. Tony Wolters, that's going to find its way through. You think about the 8-hitting catcher as a free out half the time, but Wolters not letting that happen. That is a pop-up for Avisail Garcia, so Birdie's day is already done. They didn't give these relief pitchers chances to go multiple innings. And Tapia flied to center. 2 more left on base for the Cubs. Moving along to the 8th inning, it's a tie game. Brandon Workman is the new Cubs pitcher. Valade into right. Tapia back, and he's got that one. Solak comes off the bench. And that's going to left center field. Down for a hit. Ryan Reynolds here with 2 away. Trying to go to opposite field. But that one doesn't have any carry. The Cubs bullpen throws up another 0. And for the Rockies, we turn to Jose Alvarado. Hoping to see him turn this season around. His last couple appearances have gone fairly well. Bryant into center. Here is Reynolds. Can't make the catch. And that's a base hit. He actually dove a little too far. Hit him in the wrist and then the forehead. That can't feel too good. 1 on here for Hunter Renfrow as that misses away. Full count. And missing below the knees. 2 on for the Cubs with 1 down. And we immediately go to Sir Anthony Dominguez. I took him out of the closer role because this role to me was what he would do best. There are base runners. It's a tie game. And now he's got Gurriel. 2-2. Grounded softly. Sidestepping. Got 1. Double play to end the inning. Dominguez gets us out of trouble, and we head to the 9th. Matt Barnes comes out of the bullpen for Chicago, facing Geronimo and the heart of the order. Now, at this point, the Cubs had used their entire bullpen already. Geronimo up 1-1, and that is a very fortunate strike for Barnes. And Geronimo chases in the dirt. Walters with the throw. On a day where the Cubs bullpen was asked to do so much, you really couldn't have asked for more. Here's Rafael Devers fouling off a fastball right over the middle. That misses away, 3-1. Devers has already walked twice. And he crushes one deep to right. And the Rockies take the lead. Number 2 on the day for Devers. In case you missed it, Rafael Devers is back in a big way. And he's here to make up for lost time. If they didn't walk him, this is what was going to happen. All 5 runs here scored on solo home runs. And this was a complete moonshot by Devers. He hit that so high it could only go 429. Rockies lead. Now Barnes facing Ty France, full count. Got him with the high fastball. We head to the 9th inning. And after the quick double play, Sir Anthony Dominguez starts the 9th inning. David Bodie in the air to right field. That was a pitch right over the middle, but he just missed it for the first out. Here's Nico Horner, who hit one of the Cubs' home runs, and that's to right center field. Nimmo long run. Off his glove. Horner around second base. He's going to get to third with 1 away. Not a good showcase for Brandon Nimmo here in the outfield. We saw his speed was nothing special. And now on a long run, he just cost the Rockies 3 bases. Tying run, 90 feet away. Strike 1 on the outside from Dominguez. There's a slider clipping the outside. He gets ahead of Tony Walters. Upstairs, almost hit him. 1-2. Struck him out with the changeup, 2 down. To the 9 spot. And it's Matt Barnes walking to the plate. The Cubs don't have anybody left on their bench. At this point, they were warming up a starter just in case. Matt Barnes has to take this at bat. The Cubs need a hit or a walk. 1-2. Ball game. The Rockies win it. And that is how the Cubs get swept by Colorado. The long-term storytelling in this game was so satisfying when you see Alzolay get pinch hit for in the third. And what happens afterwards, the domino effect of losing a pitcher who barely even pitched, and then continually pinch hitting because you keep having runners on base and don't want a reliever trying to pull a Daniel Camarena. The Cubs end up one player shy of giving themselves a chance in the ninth there. I just love the storytelling in this game, and I love the Rockies winning behind 2 homers from Devers. And for Matt Barnes, he gave up the go-ahead game-winning home run and then struck out to end the game. That's tough. The next day, we're back home in Colorado, and Nick Solak is having a great day. He's a triple shy of the cycle here in a tie game, 2 down, bottom of the 9th inning. And that's in the air, left center field. Over Marte, it's over his head. All the way to the wall, and Solak around second. That's a cycle, and the ball's offline. It went right to the catcher, though. Safe at third. Solak gives us, I believe, the first cycle of the series in dramatic fashion. I mean, go into the plate. I knew exactly what he needed. I can't believe he got it. And then Marte tried to make the aggressive push for it there. You couldn't ask for a better outcome. Rafael Devers walk-off opportunity. And that ball is grounded to short. Gobbled up by Correa for the out. We can't win it in the 9th. But the Rockies do win it in the 10th. Behind a Ty France RBI game-winning single. Some really fun moments here for the Rockies. I should have done a better job of capturing the end of that game to show rather than tell. But we get the win. Why don't we dive into a little player lock game now? Rafael Devers has a 5-game hitting streak going back to, of course, much earlier in the season. And it sure appears that he's picking up where he left off. Hit those 2 home runs against Chicago. Now facing Zach Gallen, he fouls off the fastball. You knew I couldn't sim past a Zach Gallen game here. Struggling to put it in play until he gets the base hit into left center field. He's hitting almost 350 this year. And now Josh Bell is going to be hitting behind him. He's got a legit case to be an all-star. Bell lifts it to left, and that's the first out. At this point, though, I cannot believe the middle of this order we have. When you can go Geronimo, Devers, Bell, Schaefer. And that's how it's going to be until further notice. That's a nice play at first, and they get the double play with Gallen covering. We'll move ahead in this one, and Arizona gets the offense going a bit, 2-0. Devers fouls off a good curveball. Gallen on point. He never has bad command going against us. He's got an outstanding changeup, and he constantly hits the bottom third of the strike zone. Bottom 8, it's now 6-1. This is trouble. And I do struggle against Gallen, but Alex Young here, I think he's also a really good reliever. And that's the 12-6, right where you don't want it. So we end up dropping this game to Arizona. Can't win them all, but we can win a bunch of them, and that's what we've been doing. Gallen picks up the win against us. He was due. We beat him last time. The next thing I wanted to do to close out the episode, though, is talk a little bit about the pitching. And Ethan Small has had his turn come up now in the rotation a few times. And he's had a couple of clunkers, but he's also had, in his last couple starts, at least average outings. And I feel like he's going to be able to handle this role the rest of the year. We got some rain here, hard to grip the bat. Christian Robinson loses it, and then strikes out on the fastball. Small isn't doing anything outstanding as a starter, I think his numbers were better as a reliever, but we need him in this role right now. And I think for 4 or 5 innings at a time, I'm pretty happy with what he's been giving us as that 5th starter. He gets Correa here on the line out to short. And the Rockies gave us 6 runs in the first inning, courtesy of a Trey Turner grand slam. That's deep down the left field line, and hooks foul. Marte 2-2. Good take there to move the count full. And that one misses away. Small definitely doesn't have overpowering stuff. He's not going to get us a ton of strikeouts. Does get a nice out there from Johnny Schaefer, who is not going to be letting go of this starting catcher job, I don't think, anytime soon. That's to left center field. Definitely giving up some solid contact here. That worried me. How far would he really get through this game? Max Kepler with a runner at third. He puts this in the air, and Nimmo's going to get over with plenty of time to make this catch. It's a 6-0 game again here in the third. Van Meter against the shift, and that's going to be extra bases. Diamondbacks really teeing off on Small, and that is Merrifield to left center. That'll score a run. I say teeing off, they were getting outstanding contact, but could they string the hits together? Correa reaching out for a fastball away. And there's the curveball, and that's going to be his strikeout pitch. Small gets a big one there, limiting the damage here in the first 3 innings, despite not pitching great. Barehanded, nice play. Probably didn't have to do that, but it looked cool. Victor Caratini the other way. A lot of opposite field hits here for the Diamondbacks. Yu Chang, he's hit well against us this season. 2-2. Can't quite get it there, and the curveball in the dirt allows the lead runner to take off. And this is a tough at-bat here for Small. Chang fouling off a bunch of pitches and ultimately walking. 2-1 here for Arizona. They get to Kepler. Lefty, lefty. And that one is tapped back. 1-2. There's the good curveball again for his 3rd strikeout. 2 down for Van Meter. And he pops it up. Small gave up hard contact for hits, but bounced back to leave those runners on base for the most part. Top 5. Merrifield turns on the fastball, and that is a solo homer. 2nd run here for the Diamondbacks. But a theme of this episode has been doing all the damage with the bases empty. Correa lines one hard into left for a hit. Marte with Correa on first. He'll find center field for a hit. 2-1 again for Arizona. Caratini reached out for it, and the play made at third by Devers. An up and down start for Small, but his mistakes came when they could do less damage. He goes 5 innings. Heaney relieves him. And then I found this out. Have you ever seen this? If you go to your substitution menu during a game and you hit the right trigger, you're able to toggle player lock and all of a sudden go player lock the rest of the way if you want to. I don't know when I'd want to do this, but it's an option if I ever just want to play the rest of a game specifically with one player. Maybe it's like a blowout and we have a player who could hit for the cycle or something. That would make some sense and cut down your time a little bit. So just throw that one into the back of the memory for a rainy day. The Rockies pick up the win. Ethan Small gets the W, and they're playing pretty well with Rafael Devers back. And you can tell there's still potential for this team to play a lot better. The offense didn't really put it all together in this episode, but start July winning 5 of 6 games. We're going to play the Dodgers and Padres now to close out the games before the All-Star break, and I really hope we have a chance to play that game with some of our players. We have a lot of players who are close, but I don't know how many starters we're going to have. I wouldn't expect too many. We're doing a great job right now, and if we play our cards right here before the All-Star break, we have a nice chance to possibly take first place. We have to do well on this next series, though, against Los Angeles. And that'll be coming your way next time in episode 103. Thank you all for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video. Those are very helpful. I do appreciate it. Leave your feedback down below. Always love reading your comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.